I am here at the Salvation Army. That's not far from where I have an appointment about 2 hours from now. It's Wednesday. It is half off day here, and see what high sell-through rate items that I can find to flip for a profit online on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop. Looking forward to seeing what they have, and I'll take you along with me.
On this day, yellow tags were the only ones that were not half off. I started in the hard goods because I do like to find random hard goods that are worth something. On this day, I'd only found one hard good. It was not any china or plates or anything like that, although I did take some time to look at them. These were beautiful but not worth picking up. They just wouldn't have sold for a lot. And then I found a beautiful canister set that the closer I looked, the more beat up it was. They were originally from Germany, but they were really beat up. And then I have sold Pampered Chef things in the past, but that wasn't worth it, so I left that. But I did get this little, I think it's called a cuddle bug. It's a cricket tool that was not too badly priced. And then I always look through the linens because I have found Pottery Barn and a bunch of other really nice things at this location. But really, what caught my eye was this beautiful Afghan. It just said hippie to me. It just screamed Woodstock. And so I put it in my cart. It was half off, so it was $3.99. And I figured even if it sold for $40 on eBay, that would be pretty great. It's quite heavy. And then I came upon this incredible find. I don't know how I got so lucky because it was on the end of a new rack. I don't think it was new though. I think people thought it was actually a fake, but it was authentic. I had it authenticated and it is a true Burberry, which was so exciting. It's my first time ever finding Burberry in the wild.
Got three things. The guy at the register, he was so kind, even though two of the things had yellow stickers on them and yellow was the only color that was not half off. He just marked things down regardless, and I didn't ask him to. He just did it out of the kindness of his heart. So he gave me the Burberry coat for $14.99 instead of $19.99. That's pretty great. Blanket for $3.99. So you can see what my cost was. It is day 2 and I am at store 2. Store 2 is actually not a thrift store, it's Ross. But I'm going in here because ironically enough, the last time I was thrifting, I ripped open a hole in the only winter coat that I have right now, and it's a nice warm day today. It's like, and I say warm relative to what it was. It's 45 degrees, but it was in the 20s. So that's quite a difference. And so I'm going into Ross today to see if I can find a coat. But also, I might do a little retail arbitrage.
Ross is like one of those stores that's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And on this day, I did end up finding these for myself for the spring and summer. They're so cute and they were a whole whopping $6. I splurged and I absolutely thought they were adorable. So I got those and those went into my cart. Does anybody else find this section of Ross to be so interesting? It's like a drugstore. At this point, I had found a few things for our personal use, put them in the cart, and then I thought, let me just look at all of the hair things, see if they're worth it, if they're on sale after Christmas. And these were just like regular priced for Ross, nothing worth reselling, and I didn't need anything for personal use, so those just stayed. And my daughter is an artist, so I got her this bamboo palette for her painting. So this code goes down to like -15 or -20, which ironically, this weekend that I am recording my voiceover, it's supposed to get that cold. So perfect timing. And then I moved on to some other things that I wanted to look through for my kids to see if there was anything youthful that I could get for them. Gone are the days that I care to have a name brand plastered over the front of my sweater or sweatshirt, so that stayed. But I did find a beautiful, brand new with tags, Ted Baker sweater. It's a cashmere blend that I might be able to resell for about $65.
Very happy with what I got. I got that long Canadian winter coat. It is so stuffed that I think the heaviest of wins. I ended up spending $105. I think I'm gonna head over to Salvation Army, which is literally down the block, and see what I can find there.
So I started with something for personal use. I was going to resell these and then just decided to keep them. Those were $3.99 for 11 tumblers. And then I found this TAL water bottle that was marked half off, so I got it for $2.50, and that I should be able to resell for somewhere between 20 and 25. I moved on to the linens, and I always look to see, because you never know if it's going to be like a Ralph Lauren or a Pottery Barn or something like that. So I love looking through the linens, and I've had some really good luck selling linens. And then I found this blanket right here. I love the basic neutral color. The brand is actually a Target brand. It's called Casaluna, but the resale value stays pretty good. It should be selling somewhere between 30 and 40, and it was $5.99. So I was happy to find that. If I could go back and do anything different from this day, I would have just purchased this dress and spent the money to have it dry cleaned. It was a beautiful silk Kate Spade, and I really am regretting leaving this behind because now it's no longer 99 cents, but it had stains all over it. I don't know. Would you have picked it up? Cynthia Rowley is not a brand that I pick up typically, but that was 99 cents and it was wool. This was a beautiful J. Crew blazer, but in size 2, there were none sold on eBay, and this beautiful jacket was just priced too high to pick up. The next day, I went to an estate sale, and this estate sale was so crazy busy. I could not get over how many people wanted to go see what was in this tiny little ranch style house. It was so packed. So I did the best that I could to film. So if it seems a little awkward, I'm really sorry. I love looking at all the individual things, and I really couldn't move. So this is where I was for quite a while until I could move down the table a little bit. There were some really great things, and this was so beautiful. This would have been a great personal pickup, but none sold on eBay, so that stayed behind. I would have loved to have gotten those canisters. They were a little bit damaged and a great price, but I had no way to carry them. I had no bag, nothing. I did see a bunch of vintage dresses, and I got 3 dresses and a blazer. That was not one of them. I did venture into the closet to get out of everybody's way, and these purses were pretty dirty and would have required a lot of TLC to bring them back to life, and I just didn't feel like they would even sell it well enough to make it worth it. So this was just probably a no name brand kind of thing. But I like looking at everything in the closets because you never know if you're going to miss something or if somebody has just shoved something in there that they didn't want. Or sometimes people hide things so that they can go back to it on the half off day. As crowded as it was on this day, I was really happy to be able to go to this estate sale because the half off prices were really decent. I kept looking through all of the clothes, and mainly that was because I wanted to make sure I was staying out of people's way until I could move to the next room. And it was funny because I did hear the cha-ching eBay sounds go off when I was there, so I knew there was at least 1 or 2 resellers also at this estate sale, but everybody's always looking for something different. As I was moving along, I probably annoyed a few people along the way because I was checking comps for everything. I don't want to spend money foolishly for my small business. I want to make sure there's good sell through rate, good comps. I always check on eBay first, and then sometimes I do move to Poshmark depending on what it is. So I did end up finding gorgeous vintage. Oh my gosh, I can't wait until you see it. This vintage dress that I found, It was 100% silk. I cannot wait to photograph and list this along with the other dresses and the blazer that I found. And I did buy the Winnie the Pooh watch. I did get the Waterman pen, but I left that brush behind. If you like this style video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.